welcome to this episode 1 of the Movement and Mindfulness series brought to you by youHQ and Life on Time. And this is my lovely doggy Gilbert, who will be helping me out, I'm sure, get in my way as much as possible and joining us for what hopefully will be one of many different sessions which is aimed to get you moving, but also to get you being in the present moment, which is what mindfulness is. Often you'll find that maybe if you do running, you'll be thinking about what you've just done and what you're about to do. I find that I do that a lot, whilst I enjoy it. Sometimes it's nice to really be in the present moment, and the sort of movement we're going to be doing today, I wouldn't call it yoga and I wouldn't call it Pilates or stretching, but it's slow and it's controlled, and it's really thinking about the benefits that this type of movement is going to give your body, and not having to think about all those other things, maybe not thinking about what's going to be happening next week or what's just happened. Obviously we're living in these strange times at the moment, and I'm hoping that these little sessions are going to help lots of different people. They can be done as warm-ups, they can be done as cool-downs, or they can be done just as standalone sessions. So let's get right into it. Okay, so what I want you to do to start with is you're going to stand up and we're going to do an inchworm. So you just need a little bit of space. I've got these little mats here, but you can do this on the carpet, or you can just do it on a normal floor. It's fine, just be careful whenever you do this. So what we're going to do is stand with our feet shoulder width apart, and we're going to hang down. Try and keep your legs fairly straight, and when you hang down, just push your bum back. You're going to hinge forward and hang down towards the toes. Now you might not be flexible enough to touch the floor, but that's okay. I'm not particularly flexible either. But if we can just get to the floor and then just start moving the dog out of the way and walk out into what we call a down dog position. Anyone that has done yoga. So bum is up in the air, legs are straight, and we're just going to pedal here. So we're going to push our heels back into the ground, and we're just going to feel that easing off of the calf muscle, which is the back of the lower leg. We're just going to pedal along here. And from there we're going to lift our left hand up and replace it with our left foot next to our right hand, keeping our right hand down on the floor. We're going to straighten that back leg, the right leg, and we're going to twist our body up towards the ceiling, and we're going to feel a stretch wherever we're tight. For me, I feel it in my right hip. You might feel it in your left shoulder. You're getting a good stretch in those two areas, also in your T-spine, which is where your spine crosses your shoulders. Deep breaths in here. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth, and then replace that hand down by the left foot, and then you're going to put that foot back into that down dog position. And from here, try and just press the heels in to the ground and the head down through between the arms, and then we're going to do the same on the opposite side. We're going to replace our right hand with our right foot there, and we're going to straighten that back leg. Now, I've got a bit of a problem with my left wrist, so you can see I'm up on my fingertips, but you can put that hand flat, you can put your fist down if you prefer. It's totally up to you. My right foot's next to my left hand. I'm going to straighten that back leg. I'm going to do the same on the other side. So I'm going to twist and turn, and again try and look up at the ceiling and see if you feel tight in a different area. Again, being in the present moment and thinking carefully about where we might be feeling tight. Deep breath here, and breathe out. Put that hand back down, step back, and then from there we're just going to walk our hands back towards our feet. Feel that stretch in the back of the legs. And now this time walk your hands past that down dog position, all the way through past push-up position, and then just push your hips down to the ground, uncurl your toes, and then look up to the ceiling and feel that stretch in the lower back and the hips. Again, deep breath in here and breathe out. Okay, and then just rock back into a child's pose here. And again, a deep breath here and breathe out. Good work. Now you can, if you want to, repeat that. I'm going to move on to the main part of the session. So That's a good sequence of movements to help you feel warm and to start mobilising your joints. What I will say is all you really need is a bit of space. I've already said that, and a bit of water would be good. So you take a glug of that now if you'd like. We're not going to be working at a really high intensity or sweating too much, but we are going to be moving our bodies in lots of different ways. We're going to keep it quite simple in this first episode, and then maybe start increasing the level of difficulty. And if any of the movements are too difficult, like we've just done, you don't have to have perfect form, or you don't have to have dead straight legs. My form is by no means perfect at all. This is something I'm working on at the moment as well. But I think the key thing, like the title of the video, is being very mindful of when we're moving. So try to be thinking about what we're actually doing in this present moment. Okay, we're going to move into our main session, which is really based on the lower body. Gilbert's excited about that. We're going to start in an Eskimo squat. So what I want you to do, Eskimo squat, stand with your feet shoulder width apart. Before you start going down, push your bum backwards so we get a slight curve in the bottom of our spine. When you've done that, you're going to sink down into a squat position, keeping our chest up and our heels on the ground. Now try and actively push your knees out, don't let your knees come in, but don't overthink it from there. So it's bum back, chest high, heels on the ground, and then sink down. You might hear part of my body click. Yeah, the right knee went there. And then I'm going to stay in this position. Now if this is too difficult, you can come up so your heels are off the floor. You could put something behind your heels. Lots of people find when they wear trainers it's a little bit easier because the heel cushion in the trainer just helps lift the heel up. Because this is quite a big test of ankle, knee and hip mobility. We're trying to keep our chest up so that we don't crouch and lean forward too much. So come up, do that one more time. We're going to push our bum back, keep our chest up so we're not hinging forward at the hips. Heels on the ground, feet are about shoulder width apart. You might be a bit wider, you might be a bit narrower, see how you get on. And we're going to sink down and we're going to hold that position, left knee that time. And when we're here, we're just, again, being mindful of how our body feels. Again, for me, I can always feel things in my right hip, which is my body telling me that there's a little bit of a weakness there that I've got to work on, which I've been working on. Dog's here helping out, obviously, as always. And then just taking deep breaths in here and breathing out. Now, a lot of practitioners believe that, oh, good boy. A lot of practitioners believe that sitting in this Eskimo squat position for a number of minutes per day will benefit you in many different ways. It should benefit your joint health and joint integrity, especially ankle, hip and knee, like I've said. But also, apparently, there's lots of research to suggest it helps with digestion, helps with posture, mindfulness, which we've talked about already. And when dogs lick you as well with bad breath, that really helps. Good boy. Okay, and we're standing up from there. Good work. You can start feeling, you might feel that in the front of your shins they're starting to work and burn quite hard and try to keep you in that position. And that's good, that's okay. If you can't quite get there, you might just be sinking halfway, not the full way, or like I said, it might be that you're just putting your heels, I've got these foam mats here, it might just be that I put my heels there, and that's a lot more comfortable then for me to get into that position, a lot more comfortable. So that heel coming off the ground is quite important, especially if your ankles are tight. But it's about thinking and reflecting on how your body's responding to these different positions, which is really important. Okay. Next one we're going to go into is a Cossack squat. So we're going to go wider than shoulder width here. So we're going to go quite wide. And what I want you to do here, give it out of boys. What I want you to do here, you're going to lean across to your left hand side. So we're going to do a side lunge across. And as we go across, I want you to turn that right foot up, so that the toes of the right foot are pointing up towards the ceiling. And I'm going to sink down nice and low. So it might be, again, with these squats, you don't need to go all the way down. Get to a position that's challenging for you, but not horrible. For me on this side, I know I'm quite mobile, so I can get fairly low. I need to work quite hard though. And again, from here, I can feel that stretch in my groin, so in my adductor muscles. I'm having to hold my hands out here so that I don't fall backwards. Some of you might be able to hold them a bit further in. But same principle to the Eskimo squat. And I'm breathing in. And as I breathe out, I might just sink a little bit deeper into that stretch. And again, for me, that right hip's tight, So I might just turn the toes forwards and backwards, just start rotating the head of my femur, of my thigh bone and my hip joint a little bit. It feels quite nice. Deep breath. And as I breathe out, I'm going to push from my heel without using my hand on my leg and come back to that wide stance position. Now for me, I find it challenging on this side, but it's good. So I'm going to go over to the right hand side, same deal. But this time, I turn that left foot up. And for me, yeah, it's pretty tough on this side. I'm probably not quite as low. My right hip's working overtime here, but that's good because I'm getting myself into an end range position. I'm breathing in deeply and breathing out. And I'm just thinking about how my body's responding to these different movements. One more breath in and one more breath out here. I'm pushing up through the heel, which again is quite tough for me on that side. And then I'm just going to move my feet in, toes to heels, dance move-esque. Good work. So it's Cossack squats. Finishing off with a half split. So concentrate on the lower half of the body here, which is good. So I'm going to bend down in a lunge position with my right knee on the ground and my left leg to start with is at a right angle here. I'm going to move into position so that my left leg is straight. So I'm going to try and stretch the hamstring here. And all I want you to do is put your fingertips on the ground and just get your chest coming in towards your left knee. Now I've got very tight hamstrings, years of playing football and cricket, rugby, doing martial arts and snowboarding more recently. And I'm quite tight, but that's why this is good for me. So I'm going to uncurl that back foot. Gilbert's going to come and lick me. Lovely. Now deep breathing again, so breathe in, breathe out, and just sinking down to that chest in towards that knee. Feeling that stretch in the back of the thigh, which is called the hamstring muscles. Deep breath in, and breathe out. Okay, just lean forward into a lunge position. Just push the hip forward, get a nice stretch in the hip flexor before switching over sides. And now I've got my right leg in front in a lunge position. Put my heel down. Balance. Toes pointing up to the ceiling. Fingertips on the ground. And just leaning that chest in and getting that stretch in the back of the hamstring again. Deep breath here. As you breathe out, sink a little bit deeper if you can. And breathe in. And breathe out. Good work. And come up. And relax. Well done everyone on completing that workout. We're going to finish with a quick cool down just to get our mindfulness going again and just calming ourselves down. Worked our bodies quite hard. You can do the warm-up and the main session more than once. In fact, if you've got a bit more time, it might be worth doing those routines, rewinding the video and going through it again. But for the purposes of this video, we're going to go straight into a cool down now. So what I want you to do is you're going to kneel, and depending on what your surface is, if it's a hard surface, just be careful. If you've got a soft surface on the carpet or mats like me, this will be fine. You could put a cushion underneath your knees and your feet, and I just want you to lean back and finish stretching your ankles. You can work your ankles quite hard throughout that session, especially in that Eskimo squat, they probably work quite hard. So we're getting them in a position where they're underneath us, and we're in a plantar flexed position, and we're just lifting our knees up off the ground. Deep breath here, and as you breathe out, come forward and just reach forward into that child's pose position. And as you reach here, just relax, close your eyes, breathe in deeply through your nose and out through your mouth. And as you breathe out, feel the stress in your body flowing away. Breathe in again, breathe out, feel the shoulders opening up. One more time, breathe in, breathe out. From here, just move your body weight forward and then uncurl your toes and push up into that down dog position. Push your head through, push the heels back, and then just walk the hands slowly towards the feet, hanging, feeling that stretch in the back of the hamstrings. Deep breath in, and breathe out. And as you breathe out, come up slowly. Shrug the shoulders up. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Imagine there's a penny between your shoulder blades. Squeezing it together. Okay, and take your knees back down. We're going to repeat that flow one more time. So you might just increase that stretch a little bit, lean back. Lift the knees up, deep breath in. And breathe out. Come forward, reach into that child's pose. Another deep breath. Walk forward, and curl the toes. Push back. Hands and feet slowly off the fingertips. Back in. Meet in the middle. Deep breath here. Come up. Great work, everyone. Thanks so much for joining me. Hopefully see you again soon. And for any more information on Life on Time, youHQ, or these movement and mindfulness series, please go to the website www.lifeontime.co.uk. Take care, everyone. See you soon.